What is happening, YouTube? You already know what it is. Today is another one of those days that end in Y, so you know that makes it a great day to go fishing. Today is Wednesday, June the 2nd, and I got off work and I said, you know what? I got a little bit of time to do nothing, so I might as well do something and come on out here and try and rid the world of these evil but tasty crappie. I'm out here fishing by myself today, and I might do a little bit of scouting. I really want to do some scouting, but I want to catch some fish for the freezer too. So let's see how we do on this episode of Crappie Fishing with Dryzdale. Let's go get 'em! All right, well, we got recreationals out here. It ain't a lot of high traffic, but it's enough that this big wake can come and get me. I'm gonna put my chair up here. I'm gonna have to bootleg today my stick for my live scope. Got too much tension on it, so it's turning. So I'm not sure what I'm actually gonna do for the rest of the day, but I know I'm gonna keep this fish. The second one, he gonna keep 10 inches. Two of them, 2 drops, 2 feet. Nice when you see him come and hit it. It is nice when you see him come and hit it. It's 3 drops, 3 catches. Man. Now this tree right here, I've had them marked for years. I don't normally fish this spot, but I figured I'd try it today. Not bad, 10 and a half, 11-inch fish right here. I'm gonna scale it just to be sure so I can calibrate myself. But I didn't have to go far. So that's a nice fish. And it goes without saying, folks. Put my plug here for my man AC. This bait right here, I call it strawberry shortcake. I don't know what AC calls it, but this is a Crappie baits by CMI. I call it the strawberry shortcake. We'll call it something else whenever, you know, he figures it out or he tells me I'm messing it up. So strawberry shortcake by Crappie baits by CMI. Got another nice fish. All 3 of them caught on that strawberry shortcake. Just about to tell y'all, I'm gonna catch a fish off of this one because it was falling beautifully right into that hole. And all these fish are about 10 and a half, 11 inches. He might be. He might be just a little over 10. He might not make 10 and a half. We're gonna scale him just to see. There go them wakeboarders. He stuck around for me. He hit me once and then stuck around. But that time I stuck him back. I stuck him back that time. Nice little productive hole. I can sit here for the rest of the evening. Do all right. About 10 and a half. They're all about 10 and a half. I'm trying to find some meat. The strawberry shortcake I got is beat up bad. Oh, there we go. That was a nice fish. I might need the net for this one. Nah, no need the net. Not the same. About the same. That's what I'm doing today. 10 and a half, 11s. About to get wet. Stuck them. They all about the same. You know, just good little eaters. He might be right at 10. He might be right at 10. God dog. I got him. I got him. Now he's probably short. Yeah, this one's short. And I switched colors. You see I went from the strawberry shortcake, because I threw it away, to this. It's a variation of the insurrection. So insurrection got a little bit more white in it. So I'm throwing this fish back. That's the first one I threw back all day. Evening. Got a runner, boss. Got a runner, boss. Ooh, got a runner, boss. This way. Yeah, that's one of the lights. I seen them run through. Earlier, but I didn't see him come back and hit it. But he gonna eat too. They make come on man, keep still. Come on now. Calm down, fella. Calm down. Let me get this hook out your mouth. Help you out a little bit. Help you out a little bit. Get that hook out your mouth. These make good tacos, and they fry up nicely too. So we keeping it too. You sucker. Took the bait away. Insurrection's gone. Stuck 'em. About another 11. I'm fishing 2 trees here. Okay. I keep this up, I might be able to get home in time enough to watch the Hawks game. It's 6:16 right now. Hey, and I don't want to catch 30 fish. I don't want to clean 30 fish, let's put it like that. I don't want to clean 30 fish. So what I might do, most of the time when I come out, if I catch 15 fish, that's about as much as I want to clean. So everything over and above that, I give them to somebody. My buddies who haven't been out, they don't mind cleaning them. Oh, nice little hit right there. Oh, this one's a little bit bigger. He's gonna make about 12. 11 and a half. But it's a nice evening. What a great evening to come crappie fishing. So here's one of the things that happen. A lot of times people ask me, what's your favorite color? The favorite color bait I use is the one they hit the last time. I'm not real big on color. I'm much more on presentation, because I think if you do the right presentation, if you have the right presentation, you can trigger a bite for some fish, and sometimes you just can't catch a fish. But if you got the wrong color and the right presentation, you can catch a fish. But if you got the right color, whatever that color is, and you've got a bad presentation, you won't catch a fish. So that's just one man's opinion. I am not any better than the next crappie fisherman. I just have my own way of doing it, and it works for me. So take it for what it's worth. You know what they say, opinions are like ear holes. Everybody's got them. All that being said, do what works for you. The other thing is, a couple of weeks ago, I posted a video about how to make catching these things look easy. And that's probably another one of them hybrids. Oh, it's a big one though. Yeah, he's a hybrid. I'm gonna catch him, pull him up out of there. Come here, you. Come here, you. Y'all gonna stink up my grease. But how to make catching them look easy. And that video was about scouting. I had intended to scout today, but you can see here, I said earlier, my live scope pole messed up. So I'm gonna have to take the boat home, back home, and work on that. But one thing that scouting does is it gives you these kind of spots. So I hadn't fished this spot in, like I said, about 2 years, and come back and show the trees are still here. The question is, are the fish gonna be on those trees? The answer today is yes. But oftentimes, people don't want to come and spend the time to come out and scout. Well, I'm not going to drive an hour and a half and not be able to fish and not be able to catch any fish. Well, if you don't have enough intel on the water, how many times do you go out, fish, and don't catch fish? You spend more than an hour and a half doing that. So if I go out and fish for 6 hours and come home with nothing, I just spent 6 hours. When I would do that, anytime I wasn't, there's another one. Anytime, this is a small fish. Oh no, he ain't that small. Anytime I would come out, I'm gonna scale him. Anytime I would come out and the fishing was tough, what I would do is I'd start scouting, because I want to learn something when I'm on the water. Anytime I come out, I want to learn something. Where's my scale? And then learning something, it produces for you. If he jumps off, I ain't gonna lose some sleep. And learning something, it produces for you other times that you come fishing. He's just under 10 inches. If he exhales, he'll be 10 inches. So I'm gonna throw him back because I got enough of them. Well, not enough, but. So catching these fish interrupting what I'm trying to say. So when you spend time on the water fishing and you don't catch anything, you just spent time and you spent money on the water. Sometimes it might be best to hire somebody to take you out, show you how they catch them. And then, you know, that's the way that you spend your money. Either spend the money having somebody show you, or spend your money trying to figure it out on your own. But the first way shortens your learning curve. I did a little bit of both. I went with a guide, learned a little bit, came out a bunch of times on my own and learned a whole lot doing it that way. And fishing with people, fishing with better fishermen than I am. And there are a bunch of them that are better than I am. But I learned something each time. So in any case, you spending time, and if you got time that you spending money. So learn something anytime you come out, even if you're not catching fish. Especially if you're not catching fish. You figure, you know, professional basketball players, professional athletes, they all hire trainers to help them be better at their game. I play trumpet. I'm gonna put it in air quotes. I'm a professional trumpet player. Professional musician. And from time to time, I'll go hire somebody to give me some lessons. Why? because I'm always trying to enhance my game. So it's the same thing with fishing. Hire somebody, pay somebody to take you out if you need to, or go out with a guide, pay a guide to show you some things so that when you learn it, I can't unlearn what I've learned. And once I learn it, I'm better off with it. Again, one man's 2 cents. Actually, I think that's probably worth more like $2. But do what works for you. I can just tell you what worked for me. There you go. You hung around for me. You hung around for me. That's where you messed up. Another one. All these fish are 10 and a half, 11 inches. They are all the same size. And they all gonna get the same fillet knife. Fillet knife. Give me these needle nose here. Good day. Right at 10. I'm gonna start throwing 10-inch ones back now. I'm gonna start throwing them 10s back. Let's just check them out to make sure scaling. You right at 10. All right, just a touch short. If you exhale, he'll be 10 inches, but he didn't exhale. So he's 9 7/8. So here's something else too. While I got you here, while you're looking, what am I doing? I'm pitching out my bait. Of course, I'm using live scope, so I can see that there's a tree that is 5 to 10 feet out in front of me, and the fish in that tree are down 10 to 15 feet deep. So when I pitch it out there the first time, the way I measure my depth is my first pitch is 1 pull. So I call that pretty much about a rod length, maybe 10 inches. I got an 8-foot rod here, 10 inches. A rod length about 8 to 10 feet. I got an 8-foot rod. I'm gonna call that first pitch 10 feet. Then I give it another pull. And that'll get me down at least 20 feet, but I'm drifting back. So as I'm drifting back through those fish, I'm doing a little bit of a twitch sometimes. Sometimes I might keep it still just to see what's happening. That's what I mean when I talk about presentation versus color. And then once I've sat it in there and I know I'm in them, I just slow reel it up. And sometimes they'll hit me when I'm coming up. And that's what's been happening. They're either hit me when I come up or they hit me right when I drift into them. Real slow. And once you think you're going too slow, when you think you're retrieving it too slow, slow down. Here we are again with another beat up bait. This will be the last drop on this one. But I believe I can catch a fish on a beat up bait. I believe that. That's 1 pull. Let it drop a little bit, give myself a second pull. Close that bell and now control the fall. Give it a little twitch, let it fall some more. Why not twitch it again? Twitch, let it fall some more. Now a lot of times, you doing all that extra twitching and stuff, a lot of times you'll pull the bait right out in front of the fish. Some people work their jig way too much. If you want to do a little twitch, just tap your thumb on the handle. That's going to give enough bait, enough jiggle for that jig, and it doesn't move it out of the strike zone. All right, folks, that is going to do it. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Hopefully you found those little tips that I gave on this video a little bit helpful. Use them for what they work. If they work for you, fine. If they don't, that's fine too. Like I said earlier, it's just one man's opinion. So, with that, eat the meat and spit out the bone. Let's take a look at the live well. Let's see what we got. I'm hoping I got about 15 fish. I hope I don't have more than that. But let's take a look at it. All right, here we are in the live well. That looks like about 12 to 15 fish. Crappie anyway. 12 to 15 crappie and them 2 whites, or maybe there might be 3 whites or 3 hybrids in there. So, not a bad couple hours on the water. So for now, that's a wrap. If you have not already done so, remember, hit that subscribe button right there and subscribe to my channel. Comment, like, share it with a friend. If you like the content, share it. And if you are ever in Georgia in the Lake Oconee area, I have an Airbnb that I will put the link to my Airbnb in the description. If you are looking to stay in an area, look me up. I will always appreciate your business. And if you want to go fishing, we might even be able to book a guide trip for you too. Until the next time, folks, remember, the best days to go fishing are the ones that end in Y. Dryzdale out. I might even be able to catch the Hawks game.